Good afternoon. It is Juneteenth, which we do celebrate here at Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. Still legal today. I'm here. I believe that Facebook kicked me off again, so, well, they didn't kick me off, but they restricted me, so I don't believe the show is on Facebook today, because, as you know, me and Meta, or whatever you want to fucking call them, got a serious problem. They already banned me for life, for real, and now they're coming after my alternate identity. It's like, I cannot escape the Facebook police. It was for something that I posted like 2 years ago, which is the other thing. I woke up this morning, the power went off last night. It was off all night because of the storm. And then this morning, I go to log Facebook and it just kicks me out. And then it wouldn't let me log back in for a minute. I'm like, what the hell's going on? Then they're like, oh, we had to remove your content from April of 2022 or some shit. I'm just like, the AI just sifts through my thing long enough. They'll ban me again for life. I guarantee it. Because apparently some shit has slipped by. They were not aware of. Yeah, so the show is not on Facebook today, which takes away like 50 watchers. Or whatever. So I don't know if you're following World War III, but if you haven't, it's 2 weeks now. 2 weeks. Trump, make a decision in 2 weeks. Remember the Ukraine war? Make a deal in 2 weeks. Maybe he said tariffs. All right, I'm going to tell these countries what kind of tariffs I'm going to put on them in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks. You ever see my brother Art now? Like, well, isn't Trump a political oddity? 2 weeks from everything. It's like 2 weeks. And usually he doesn't do anything. He says 2 weeks. He says, 2 weeks and I do something, and then nothing happens. And people just forget because he does some other dumb shit they're talking about. It's like, that's what I'm telling you. It's like the 90 days is coming. It's like 75 or 80 now. Like, it's less than 2 weeks for the 90-day pause of the everything tariff on China or whatever to be done. And that deal that he said he made with China is not a real deal. Again, like they haven't signed anything. They said, oh, G's got to approve it. Like, have you heard that G approved it? I didn't. It's like, it's unbelievable what's going on. And then people just accept it. People just accept it like it's normal to have an idiot president who Trump says. This is true. The other day, Trump says, India and Pakistan, they stopped fighting because of the deal I made or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And like the next day, the Indian guy was like, I assure you, we're not done fighting. I don't know what he's talking about. Toughness now. The guy just says shit. It's like, you can't believe anything he says. That's what I was just talking about, Ken. It's 2 weeks. He's going to decide in 2 weeks to do probably nothing. Like I said, bombing somebody will be the one thing he does do. He said 2 weeks now for about 10 different things. He hasn't done any of those things. But this bombing, like, I'm sure this is the one thing he will do. I think this is all about the taco thing. They call him Taco and they say he's a chicken, you know, and now he's like, I want to bomb this shit out of somebody, prove I'm not a chicken. You don't provoke a guy like this. You know what I mean? Like, you think I'm weak? Yeah, I'm not weak. He is weak, but to prove he's not, he's gonna do some horrible shit. That's the problem. Trump is a weird combination of, like most psychopaths are the strong people. You know, they'll run right over you because they're intense personalities, and Trump is fake. Like he he blusters and talks a lot of shit, but he doesn't do anything. You know, it's like it's all talk, and everybody knows it now. They're like, oh, this guy's just talking shit. The Canadian dude cut him off. Did you see that? He's out there talking about Russia this and Russia that, and what did he say? Justin Trudeau convinced Barack Obama to kick him out, you know, and Justin Trudeau wasn't even in power then. Like, he just makes shit up. He doesn't know anything, really. He's just talking out of his ass constantly, all the time, and he never shuts up. So he was like going on and on about Russia. And the Canadian dude was like, all right, I'm going to take this opportunity to flex my power as the chairman and say, no more questions. It's like, because otherwise this guy's just going to stand here for fucking 2 hours and just talk shit. And half the shit he says ain't even true. It's like, we're in a place where, like I said, you can't trust the President of the United States to tell you the truth about anything. The intelligence, like I'm not a Tulsi. I don't like Tulsi Gabbard. You know this when you watch his show. But she came out and said, you know, our intelligence agencies say that you know, Iran's not really close to building a nuclear bomb. They're not trying to build one. You know, they're not really doing anything. And if they were going to do it, it would take them a year or more. Trump's like, they're going to have a nuclear bomb by next weekend. I don't care what she says. It's like, dude, she works for you. That's what you don't get. That's what's different about this situation than any other situation. The president usually would have advisors, a group of people who are as smart as him, or if not smarter, who are experts in these fields of, you know, foreign affairs and national security, and they would be advising him on what to do. Trump doesn't have any advisors. He has nutlickers, most of whom are dumb as shit. They're just yes men. And it's just Trump. That's why everything's whipsawed and going everywhere, because it's just Trump making these decisions by tweeting on the True Social, where everything's that day, which could change in that day. Like the other day when he said, oh, I'm not going to raid the farmers in the hotels anymore. Was it 24 hours later? That's off. We're going after him. Like, they arrested the comptroller of New York City because he asked them if they had a warrant. For asking him if they had a warrant, they gavelled him up. Like, they grabbed him, put the arm behind the back, you know, handcuffed, you know. They took him to jail. The governor got him out of jail because he's like, well, what's the charges? They couldn't file any charges, so they let him go. But still, this is an elected official. ICE just told the Congress that they can't come to the facilities to do oversight. They have to give them 72 hours notice. What the fuck is the point of that? If I'm a fucking pig, right, and I live in a pigsty fucking house, I'm a hoarder or some shit, you know, and you come over to visit me, like unexpectedly, or, you know, you just go, hey, out there, come by, and you'll see how I really am. You know, and you go, oh wow, that guy's fucking. Right? But if you call me and go, hey, I'm coming in 72 hours, I'm going to clean up the fucking house. You're going to come to the house and go, oh, this guy's pretty, all right, you know. If you got to give them 72 hours notice that you're coming, there ain't no point in it. Because they can hide all the things they're trying to hide. And here's the deal. Congress is supposed to be a co-equal branch of government, right? They make the laws, not the president. And the law says that they can come there anytime they want and do oversight. So who are they to tell them that they can't? But see, this is what gets back to what I've been saying all along. The system itself is too weak to protect itself from these kind of people. If they ignore Congress, tell them to fuck off, right? Okay. Well, who enforces that? All the cops and shit, they work for the president. All the agencies, all the, you know, the marshals and the ATF, the FBI, they're all under the executive branch. It's what I said before. It's like the only thing that's ever been holding this country together was the idea that we all had together that the Constitution meant something. Well, this guy doesn't believe it, that the Constitution means jack shit. And you can see he's getting away with whatever he wants. These ICE agents jumping out of cars, unmarked cars with masks on, they don't even have badges. Who the fuck are these people? You know who they are? They're the fucking Proud Boys. They're all those people that he pardoned on January 6th. He just hired them up like, here, put on a mask and this vest and go get some brown people. And they say, yeah, fuck yeah. These are white supremacists who are in control of the government. They went to Dodger Stadium today and asked Dodger Stadium if they could sit around the parking lots, and they were like, fuck no. Get the fuck out of here. The LAPD came and made them leave. You don't fuck with the Dodgers. They got a lot of money and a lot of power. Yeah. That's to tell you, that's it. Sports. You notice that the ICE ain't fucking with the NFL. You know, it's like that's who has the money. You know, the power, and they contribute economically to all the cities that they're in because they brings people and they spend money. You know, it's a big fucking business. So they're allowed to be like, man, fuck you, man, get out of here. They're gonna fuck up our shit. Ain't nobody gonna come to a game if the ICE agents are sitting in the fucking parking lot. Hey, no, yours. Oh, well, fuck. No. It ain't gonna happen. When you think about it, where we're at in this country, we're right where we've always been. Nobody wants to say the truth, but that's the truth. It's always been a white supremacist country. Remember back in the day when the rednecks would put like flour sacks on their head and get in a fucking, pickup truck, about 10 or 12 of them, and drive around and look for a brown person they could beat up and hang from a tree or something. Right? And what's happening right now? A bunch of juiced up white dudes put on a mask, just jump in the car, they go around and fucking disappear and fucking brown people. It's the same fucking thing. We haven't changed at all. This is America. It's the America that nobody ever wanted to acknowledge, but it is America. That's what we are. That's what we've always been. And like I said, we've made a lot of progress. And they hate that, and that's why they're trying to roll that all back too. You know, there's people getting, what they call it, uppity. What kind of country? do you live in when dudes can just jump out with masks and guns in an unmarked car and put you in it? You just disappear. Today they did it to a U.S. citizen. ICE was harassing some guy in the parking lot, and guy tried to step in and help, the guy, or at least ask some questions or something. They fucking tackled him, handcuffed him, put him in the fucking car, and drove him off. And now his family says they don't know where he is. He's a citizen. I've been saying this from the beginning. If you let them do this, they're going to do it to you. Eventually. They're going to come for all of us, whoever they don't like. They've set up an office to read people's social media who are coming to this country. If you criticize Israel, you criticize the United States, you criticize anything, you ain't going to be allowed to come in here. I thought the First Amendment in the Constitution says that you have freedom of speech to say whatever you want. I thought these were the free speech people. It's unbelievable. the gaslight that they're able to get away with. And how the media just goes along with it. Oh, that's totally okay. Really? Ain't no one going to want to come here. That's it. Is what's going to happen. It's already happening. Hell, I live here. I don't want to be here. Stuck. This is not the country I grew up in. I mean, like I said, maybe it is. Maybe we always lied to ourselves. There is a certain element of that. You have to ignore a lot of shit to still be like, yeah, America's great. Except for the slavery and the genocide and the Indians. If you go out west and you see the Indians, the Native Americans, and you see what they're living like, you really. I get most people go there and just buy some souvenirs and go home. They don't really think about the deepness of it. I watched an old lady do a dance and sing a song, and it was beautiful, and also one of the saddest things I've ever seen. Because you realize that it's just them trying to hold on to whatever little semblance of their culture that they have left, because we took it all away from them. It was hard. It was beautiful to watch, but it was, if you really think about it, it's very sad. What else happened now? Elon blew up another rocket. Did you see that? This one didn't even get off the fucking tank. It blew up on the. This guy's talking about he's gonna go to Mars. It's like he done blew up 4 rockets this year. He's gonna get there. Think about this. Elon Musk the other day, or it wasn't the other day, it was like last week. The grok is too fact-based. So his own AI is like fucking up people on Twitter, and telling them that they're full of shit. And all these people are complaining to him, and he's like, yeah, I'm going to fix it. So he's working on that. He's working on making the grok a little more right-wing Nazi, while his rockets are blowing up on the tarmac. I think he's got his priorities a little fucked up. I said this one didn't even launch. It just blew up on the launch pad. And he's like, oh, we assure you, no one was in danger. It's a big ass explosion. No one's in danger. It's not going to harm anybody or the environment. Just a hydrogen bomb going off. Nothing to see here. This is the world we live in. Meanwhile, Trump's putting up some big ass flagpoles. Did you see him? Looks like a trailer park now. It's like, you know, you're driving in the Midwest and you see like a RV park or RV dealership that's got like a huge flagpole, a gigantic flag. It's like it's like Tom Raper RVs. That's what the White House looks like now. And of course, they weren't straight. It was crooked. The Trump construction. So it went up in one day. It was like he's plowing over the fucking yard and putting fucking a big concrete patio there. So that's it. By the time he's done, the White House could look like a big, giant, double-wide trailer. Go inside, it's got gilded gold shit. That's what I said, all over the place. Pictures of him everywhere with that picture of him. It's like the American flag and his face. No, that's on the wall of the White House. He's taking down everybody's pictures that he don't like. Hillary Clinton, Barack Obama. You know, it's like I don't like these people. Get them off the wall. What are you gonna put there? Put another picture of me. It's like to go with my screensaver on my phone, which is also me. Because I've never seen an egomaniac like this that has no fucking reason to be an egomaniac. The guy has no shame whatsoever. It's like he does shit all the time. Just makes himself look dumb as fuck. He doesn't even care. He just keeps talking. It's like he just keeps digging a hole. He's like a comedian that's bombing but doesn't know, like, to stop digging the hole, you know, and move on to the next joke, or try to do something to get yourself out of the hole. He just keeps fucking doubling down on that bit that ain't working. It's like, God damn it, this is funny, and you're gonna find it. You gotta talk about Trump, because if you talk about all the stuff that's happening, it's dark as fuck, and there ain't nothing funny about it. And that's the truth. Like, there ain't no jokes to be made about mass dudes fucking kidnapping people and people getting shipped off to black hole prisons in El Salvador or wherever the fuck they, you know, like, this is not there ain't no jokes to be had, you know. And usually I'm a guy who's like we can make a joke about anything, but like this is a little too get a little close at home, because like I said, now he's got an American citizen. I'm sure he's a Hispanic dude. So, you know, people, other white people will say, oh, you know, we're white, we're safe, we'll be safe. Like, yeah. You ain't going to be safe forever. He's going to come for you, too. He's going to come for everyone who doesn't support Donald Trump. This is what dictators do. I don't know if you know anything about history, but like, that's the first thing they do, is they try to, you know, if like how he was going after universities. Okay, in a real dictatorship, what they would do is go to the universities and they take all the professors. That's what they do. They get all the intellectuals, all the professors, you know, all the people, scientists, you know, experts in most of their fields. They take them out in the field and they fucking shoot them. Or they take them to a basement somewhere and they shoot them, but they shoot them. They get rid of them. They kill them. Well, he can't do that because it's America. I mean, I'm sure he'd want to, but he can't. So what does he do? He goes after their money. You gotta try to marginalize them any way you can. Same as Brainward Bobby. So he gets in there. What's he do? He cleans out the medical, the Department of Health of all the fucking experts, and he brings in the fucking internet vaccine. Fucking kooks. Like him. That's the whole thing. They said, 7 Democratic senators voted to confirm Kristi Noem as the Department of Homeland Security. And now they're like, we regret it. Really? It's like, this is why Democrats suck. And this is true. The Democrats, they need to clean their fucking house. Because what they don't understand is what made the Democratic Party strong was when they were lefty. And people on the left felt represented. What they did was they moved so far to the center and almost to the right that they lost all those people. People like me are going, who the fuck, who's going to represent me? They all work for the same corporations. And Democrats need to get away from that and get back to the people. I see a lot of stories that they're trying to say, the election was rigged and all that shit. Now, and I believe it could have been, but unless you really have something, it's pointless to do that. Just rehash the past. You wind up like them, like, it was rigged. we really won. It's like the My Pillow guy. Like, do you have any real evidence that happened? Well, no. I follow. It's interesting, but it's only in like Substack and things now. You don't see any real media about it now. Does that mean it's not true? I don't know. But in my experience, someone who's followed journalism and politics like most of my life. I was at one time I wrote for the high school newspaper and I wanted to be a reporter. I worked at the local newspaper when I was in high school, but just like delivering papers and shit. But I just wanted to be around it and like check it out. And I've always been a news junkie. Obviously you're a politics junkie. But in my experience as someone who's been following this stuff my whole life. And especially things you see on the internet. If not one single journalistic outfit is following this story, it's probably bullshit. Like it doesn't have to be on the ABC nightly news, but someone like the Atlantic or the Economist or the New Yorker, these magazines who do deep dive investigations. Someone would be following this story if there was something to it. They can't silence all the fucking publications. Somebody will, but if you just see it like on Substacks and Reddit and things like that, odds are it's not true. Now, that's just my experience. Like I said, and if you've been following me at all on the internet, you know that I read voraciously and post all the time because I think other people should know what's going on too. I'm sure it loses me people, but it gains me people too. Like, I really only want an audience of people that want to know shit, or at least discuss things or have who are curious of mind. I don't want a bunch of robots. Follow me. I mean, they can pay me money and buy tickets to the shows or something. I guess it's alright, but you can't choose who's in the audience. That's the point. All you can do is provide something and hope that like-minded people will gravitate towards it. I've never done anything like in my life with the idea of I wonder what other people would think about this, and what I should write a song or jokes like that are aimed for the like general masses, because the general masses are fucking stupid. It's like, and people say you're dumb because you're marginalizing your market or whatever, your appeal. It's like, well, I only want to appeal to the people who get what I'm doing. You know, it's like Frank Zappa. He wasn't trying to get on the radio. He's making music he liked. And he hoped that other people like it, but it's like, I'll make it what I want to make. And so people come, they call them the renegades or whatever, people who they don't follow trends, they make them, I'm not saying I'm making a trend or anything. I'm just saying I didn't start this podcast like, I need to make this show like, Theo Vaughn's or or Joe Rogan's, or like it's quite the opposite. Like this show is for people who would like a show like that, but that isn't like that. You know what I mean? Yep, 2 weeks. 2 weeks. I'm gonna make a deal. I'm gonna decide. I'm gonna bomb. I'm not kidding you. This is how you know they're full of shit. This is what he said, right? The other day he said, "Well, they could have got a bomb by the weekend, or something like that, in a week." And that's why Israel had to bomb the shit out of them, right? And then today he goes, "I want to think about it for 2 weeks." It's like, well, they can make a bomb in a week. In 2 weeks, they can make two of them. What the fucking? They're full of shit. And we've already been through this. This is the exact same shit they did till we get to Iraq. It's like, he's got weapons of mass destruction. Can't let him get them. How'd that work out? These are the same people. Can you believe? These are the same people. Hegseth, J.D. Vance, they all was in Iraq and Afghanistan. And they were all like, that's why they came back and were like, America needs to be isolationists and not get involved in all these foreign wars and blah, 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 And now they're all like, we need to go to a war with Iran. Please make it make sense. These people have no real, like I said before, no real thought out positions about anything. They're just a bunch of blowhards that talk a lot of shit. They don't have any really moral centers. They're not educated on these topics. They don't have any experience. They don't. I thought it's funny. People think that because Trump can go to some country and make a deal to build a hotel or a golf course or some shit, that means that he's a big time diplomat. It's like, dude, it's a real estate deal. It's not international diplomacy and fucking politics. There's so much shit that he doesn't understand. And he's totally in charge. He doesn't have any advisors or anybody to stop him now. They cleaned out the government of anybody that would stand in his way. When they arrest congressmen for asking a question at a press conference, and the other congressmen don't stand up and say, hey, this is unacceptable and you can't be doing this, and they just let him do it, that's when you know you're fucked. Because the Congress ain't doing they're just a bunch of nutlickers. No one's going to stop him from going to war. Now, here's Thomas Massey is the one person who I always say I fucking hate. He's my representative here in Kentucky. But he's the only one who's like, I'm going to write a resolution right now that says Trump can't go to war with Iran because he needs approval of Congress. And AOC was like, yeah, I'll sign on to it. And nobody else is going to do anything. They're going to put a symbolic resolution forward that no one will fucking sign on to. And the Congress will lay down and let Trump bomb the shit out of Iran or whatever he wants to do. The system is broken. It's broken down. It's completely capitulated to Trumpism. And like I said, who's going to enforce it? The laws of Congress? Nobody. And they're going to do whatever they want. You know, the court's telling me he can't do it. I'm telling you right now, he's only going to listen to these courts for so long. You know, the first big case that happens that the Supreme Court tells him he can't do something, he's already all the way up to the line, and they said sooner or later he's going to ignore that too. And what are you going to do to him? We're in a bad spot. Same movie, right? We're in a tight spot. Man, we're in a tight spot. It is tight. There's pictures today of a big produce hub. ICE went in there, raided them, took all the fucking workers, and all the produce just sitting there rotting. You're going to pay for that too eventually. And the price is going to go up. And I've noticed, I'm a receiver at the store. Every time I'm doing a bill now, the price is a little higher than what was in the computer. Because the prices are going up. It just started. I just noticed that today. It was like everything I put into the computer, it would say $65. Now it's $73. You know, just as an example. So I'd have to change the price. And we pay more. Because the store, you know, who's going to pay for that? You. And this is just the beginning. The real tariffs ain't kicked in yet. Now we'll see if he tacos out of really doing it, but we're about to 80 days out of the 90 days. So when the 90 days comes, the tariffs are coming on. And I said they're already raising prices in anticipation. That's all the way down here at the bottom. That's what they've been saying all this time. They've been talking about it on the news for the last few months. And they're like, people haven't felt it at the bottom yet. Well, you're going to start feeling it now because they said, I see it. I received the bills at the store. I see what they're paying for shit. And everything they're buying costs more now. And I said that means that the prices in the store are going to go up. I will get to the 90 days and Trump will go, all right, 2 more weeks. All right, I'm going to hold this up for 2 weeks. Set to 24 hours, he's going to solve the war in Ukraine. 24 hours? Oh, yeah, I can do it. Man, it's been a long 24 hours. I said I did the math. It's about 3,800 hours now. It's like, and he hasn't stopped shit. If anything, it's worse. Marie said, I'm the peace president. We're going to have peace. Look what he's doing now. Right? Their motto, him and Hegseth's motto is peace through strength. And to make that happen, we're going to bomb the shit out of you. Because that's real peaceful. It doesn't make, nothing they do makes any sense. It's a mad, whether that's the movie, it's a mad, 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 mad world. It's like, and people wonder why the aliens haven't come and visited us. They probably get close. They're like, turn around. Turn around. Don't go down there. Tell their kids, whatever you do, son, don't you get close to that earth. Those people are not ready. For anything, really. It's like, it's crazy. Ken says he falls asleep very easily. Yes. Remember he called him Sleepy Joe? And now there's all these pictures of Trump. He's all sweating. In the middle of a meeting. The G7. And he left early. So basically, when he went to the G7, he sat down. He dozed off. He woke up. All right, I'm leaving. What did you do there? Nothing really. That's when he went out front and started talking about Russia. It's crazy. It's like the worst, like I said, it's like a bad comedy. It's like, have you ever seen The Death of Stalin? That's what it's like. Somebody's going to make a movie about this someday. It's going to be so great. It's too bad that Mel Brooks will be dead, because he would have skewered the fuck out of this situation, I think. But somebody will make a movie. It'll be brilliant. Speaking of that, I'm going to audition for a movie. I signed up for I signed up. I submitted. Hey, Gordon, what's up? Yes, it's a great movie. But that's what this is like. It's just like the Death of Stalin or something. Only it's really happening in real time. All the nut lickers following him around, like groveling at his feet. The guy's a fucking moron, you know. That's the thing I don't understand. I can see, like, I mean, I can't see because I'm not a groveling nut licker to anybody. You know, even people that I admire and love, if I meet them, I'm like, they're just like another person. You know, there's no need to fucking grovel. And I mean, I've hung out with people, legends who I look up to as well, but I didn't fucking grovel or even, nut lick them. Like, that's why they like me. Like, no one likes a fucking nut licker, man. Except the guy who needs that kind of attention, like I said. It's pathetic, really, to watch. It's sad to watch these people debase themselves. Just, but anyway, the point is, I can see it more if he was like a great man. You know, if he was like John F. Kennedy or, and he probably had nut lickers, and you go, well, I can see that because he's a smart, articulate guy with a lot of, ideas and shit. And, Obama, he's that kind of dude, like he's just got charisma and he's very intelligent. You're like, you just know this guy's smarter than me, so you'll follow him. This fucking guy is like the dumbest guy you've ever seen. It's like your drunk uncle at Thanksgiving. You don't look up to that guy. You laugh because it's fucking funny to watch him. He's such a fucking clown. And people go, this clown is the greatest leader of all time. Really, man? This guy? Trump's always been famous. And he's always been a fucking clown. He used to call This is true. They have tapes of it. He used to call into a magazine with a fake name to talk about himself and plant stories about himself in a magazine. And they all knew it was him, but they just went along with it. They probably laughed the whole time. So. Like, this guy's a fucking clown. It just shows you. I said, you give a fucking idiot $500 million. So look, you get enough money, and you don't gotta. You just have money. That's enough money to generate money. You know what I mean? Like, so, like, you couldn't really spend it fast enough. He still went broke 6 times. I will give him this. He was smart enough to dig himself out of the hole 6 times. I guess you got to give him a P for persistence. But yeah, it's like the guy's a clown. And yet all these people debase themselves and crawl around behind him, you know, and pretend like that he's the greatest thing, you know. And he's president of the United States, so now even newspaper reporters got to sit there while he just spews fucking nonsense. They go, oh yeah, Mr. President. It's like, then we have a guy that says, hey man, what you just said is complete bullshit. It's not even true. I can show you right here. I Google it right now. False. As long as they let people stand up there and do that. This world is fucked. Any country. When the truth becomes irrelevant, so does your society. Really. Like, and fuck all that telling your kids, like, you know, hey, you gotta learn to be a good person, don't lie, or don't steal and cheat. Look at these people. He put them in charge. You stop telling your kids anything. This guy's an 80-year-old man that acts like a fucking 12-year-old. Literally. He's eating Happy Meals, tweeting on his phone. It's like, he's got the attention span of a fly. It's fucking unbelievable what we have allowed ourselves to become. And again, all you can do is laugh when you look at them all. But when you look at what's really happening, I said, it's dark. It's pretty dark, man. And I said, there's not much humor in it. And it's just like anything else. Like, you know, it's not affecting you right now, so it's easy for you to hide yourself from it. But sooner or later, it will affect you. That's the thing. Is people got to realize. I don't think they're going to. It's going to be too late. No. They'll be dragging the guy out. He'll be like, oh, I should have done something. It's like, yeah, you should have done something. It's like, but too late now, isn't it? We're running out of time to do something. The king, the no king thing, that was pretty cool. It showed you how many people there are out there. But like, we need to do that on a day where we all go, we ain't going to work. We're going to shut the country down. Like, economically. Like, we ain't going to work today. 100 million of us. That'll get their fucking attention. Tell you that right now. Way more than just walking around the street. But I don't know if people are willing to go that far, you know. Just remember, like I said, once your rights are gone, they ain't coming back. It's not like, oh, we'll live through this, well, they took all the rights away. Well, we're having next election. The next thing will be like, well, there ain't no election. They're just staying there. What? Yeah. That's what happens when dictatorships happen. And then we have to have like fucking Don Jr. as president. Because Trump, he's old. He ain't gonna last. If he becomes a dictator, he ain't gonna give it to J.D. Vance or something. He's gonna give it to his son. Have a fucking idiot Don Jr. He'll be shooting deer on the White House lawn. doing coke on the patio. you you laugh, but look at what's happening to us now. You think that ain't very far a step. It's something like Trump and Eric are like the stupid when they're Uday and Usay, Saddam Hussein's sons. Just went around doing drugs and raping and killing people, like you can't do nothing about it because our dad is Saddam Hussein. Uday and Kuzay, I think was their names. They wound up getting like drugged through the street. They were one of the first casualties of the Iraq War. People are like, where are those motherfuckers at? Get them! I think they drugged one of them through the street. The other one managed to run around and hide for a week or two before they found him and drugged him through the street. Could see Don Jr. and I said, get drugged down the street on the back of a horse or something. A Tesla. Tie him to a Tesla. Drag it down the street. You think this is funny? This shit could happen. We're going to get to tear down those flagpoles that he put up. I said, the Trumps are really just rich white trash. All that fucking bedazzled and, gilded fucking fake gold shit. And I said it is like a rich trailer park. We've decided to put them in charge of the world. And a drunk Fox News host. Secretary. Don't you feel confident going to World War III with the host of The Apprentice as the president, and who's running the army? That guy drunk that was on Fox News weekends. Oh yes, I feel very confident. And Trump saying, I don't care what the intelligence says. Because he's going to do whatever Netanyahu... See, that's why I said, that's why all these people, countries, leaders in other countries wanted Trump to be president. Because they know that he's just a big pushover. Netanyahu's got him in the palm of his hand. Netanyahu's been waiting for a guy like Trump his whole fucking life, so he could unleash this war that he's been holding. He's been saying Iran's going to get a nuclear weapon since 1995. It's coming next week. 2000. It's coming. They're close. 2005. I assure you, they're still very close. It's 2025. 30 years he's been saying it. It's like the tariff thing. Trump's been talking about tariffs his whole life. That's his whole fantasy, to unleash this tariff thing. Because he thinks that he's a super genius more than anybody else. And if he could only put this tariff policy into place, that people would see that he was right, And Netanyahu's the same way, except his goal is to fucking bomb the shit out of everybody. Start World War III. You got evangelical Christians over here. They're like, yes, this is it. The end times is coming. The rapture. Kirk Cameron. You know, I'm sure Kirk Cameron has a boner right now. He's somewhere like, oh yeah, it's coming. Left Behind. My movie's going to become real. That's like, they're all going to float away in this, into wherever they go. They never really said that, did they? What happens if what they say is true? What happens when they all start rising up? They just get into space and explode. It's like, I thought we were going to heaven. Yeah, but the zero gravity. It's unbelievable. The whole story is unbelievable. This is why I'm not down for it. But anyway, Gordon, it's good to see you, my friend. I miss you. I miss Vegas. I'm gonna come visit soon. I'm gonna get out of here. I said, what's it, Thursday? I'll be back Saturday, but I'll be on at 4 instead of 6 because I have something to do at 6 o'clock. So I have to get the show in early. So make a note. And I don't think I'm allowed to be on Facebook for at least 30 days. So Facebook, please. Fuck. Anyway, I am Bruce Leonard, and this is Bruce Leonard Leans Left while it's still legal. And it's still legal today, and hopefully it'll be on Saturday. I'll be on at 4 instead of 6. And I love you guys, all of you. Thank you for hanging out, and good night. I do not want to